Sorry, I was saying part two of Date with Dave. That right hand path takes me back to where I was going, from where I came from, but this left hand one just takes me to the top of Glenashdale. I think I pressed the off button by mistake there, so I need to watch that. Anyway, just carry on. Nothing to see, nothing happening there. Davey disaster. Right, here we go. So a nice wee bridge and Glenashdale Falls, the river at the top. It's not particularly full of water, it's got some, it's been raining some lately but nothing special. So there's a flow of water here, but it's not particularly big. Just starting to clear up on the hills, I'd say there. You can still see the rain going across the front of those trees, left to right. Well, that's okay. That path also takes you to Whiting Bay. Down the road that takes you to the coffee pot. But I'm not going that way, I'm coming back down this way because I want to go to Viewing Point and show you what Glenashdale looks like today. Because the viewing point, well, it's just one of the most spectacular things on the island, really, isn't it? So, if you haven't seen it, biggest waterfall on the island, and an incredible projecting platform that you can see it from. Steep banks. Makes me nervous here. This is a straight fall, you know. And I'm not really wanting this to collapse when I'm on it. So I will just step back from those steep banks for a second. It's funny, I can never decide if I'm scared of heights or just have a healthy respect for them. They do scare me. On the other hand, I've painted buildings before. In fact, back a while, I painted the whole of the Alderside Hotel once, and Sandy Balfour had it. And I've done a number of houses as high up as the extend ladders will go and stuff, and it does scare me. But I've done it, faced my fears, didn't kill me. Right, here's the platform. This is suspended, so there's nothing below this apart from a couple of arms dragging back towards the land. And I am massively high and nothing under me, so it does make me nervous, to be honest. In fact, I will show you. Just come off here. That's what I was standing on the end of, and you can see the base of it, but that's just where the arms go. It's sticking out over there. That's a 100-foot fall straight down from the end of that, so it does make me nervous. But anyway, face my fears, so that's fine. Okay, so we're going back downhill, back towards Whiting Bay. This is the new path. They've just put this in like very recently, and it's nice. Of course, I never even mentioned the whole path up to Giant's Graves was put in during the COVID lockdown. Helicopters were flying about and dropping bags of stones and things, and there were workers up the hill. It did stop during the tightest lockdown, and then they came back again, and it's a really great path. It's a credit to them going up Giant's Graves, because you've seen me running up it now. So I'm just going to be careful here, because this is quite new. That's alright. And this bit here, not just this bit right here, but the whole of this bit coming up is very steep, right? So I kind of got to watch it, because if I stop like that, it's not vertical, but if I went over the top of that, I wouldn't stop. I would just go all the way down. You wouldn't be able to stop yourself. So you don't want to go over the edge. So I've got to kind of run canny, if there's such an expression. I'm running canny, or canny run, depending. Can he run? There's 3 ways of doing that. Can he run? Well, we'll find out here, because if I go, whoa, watch out, slippy. Road shoes again. These ones have got better grip than the last ones, so it's more worn out. So which I posted about a couple of days ago. Yeah, these are definitely grippier. These road shoes were much better. So I had good grip there, didn't slide about, feeling confident actually. And that's the steep bit. That's the bit you just gotta watch out for. And I've done that, so yeah, can he run? Well, I can run. And then you've got to go on a canny run. So anyway, hopefully, well, I did manage it. A canny run. Or for the ones that have been around an awful long time, a canny bag of Tudor. It's been an advert in the telly that said that. Wee fella. That's the days of Tudor crisps. In the very old days, they had Smiths, and that was the big company. And then Golden Wonder and Tudor came along. I'm not sure which was first, they were about the same time. And Tudor was a big brand as well. Disappeared. I don't think anybody sells Tudor crisps anymore. Golden Wonder, well, I watched the programme about this. Golden Wonder were very small, and were massive. Walkers was very small, and this when I was like a boy. And so we're talking about the 70s here. And Golden Wonder, they've always been my favourite anyway. Just got the strongest flavour, salt and vinegar, can't beat it. And anyway, Walkers couldn't make an inroad into the market, you know very well, they just couldn't do it. And then the Golden Wonder crisp factory went up in flames, and it took them months to rebuild and start production again. So it meant, for whatever reason, I'm not even speculating at that. I'm going to watch here. They're slippy. You just got to sometimes watch your roads, your track surfaces here, just in case little slippy bits. Got by here. And so Golden Wonder wasn't available for months, so everyone started buying Walkers, and that's how they got in. Golden Wonder went up in flames. So when they came back, Golden Wonder, they'd lost obviously the whole of the market for the last few months, and they had to try and claw their way back, and they never really recovered. So Walkers has been the biggest player ever since then. I didn't know that until I watched the programme and that about 6 months ago. So there you go. Now, two things I'd say here. One, you've still got me to remind me about something, which I've not forgotten. And so that's the first thing. But the second thing is, what on earth am I talking about? Running about, talking about Tudor crisps, right? Now, believe me when I tell you that's something I didn't plan. I haven't planned what I'm talking about in the slightest. I just run. But it does tell you something, because you wonder what you're thinking about when you're running, right? I'll come back home, I don't know what I thought of, right? There's even a book about it. Oh, it's a Japanese guy, I think it's Harukami or something. What I think about when I think about running, right? And so he's trying to write down all the things that he knows that he was thinking about. Very difficult to do, because when you're thinking about it, you're not thinking about what you're thinking about, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's like you're asleep, but wide awake at the same time. Like, I'm fully wide awake. I feel great, right? My body's working. I'm running downhill, hard in the knees, tricky surface. This is a steep bit here, watch it. When there's people ahead, so they'll think I'm a nutcase, but that's okay, because a lot of people do already, and I don't mind. In fact, I know they're right. Right, here we go. Hooray! I'm running with a camera, because I'm filming the very first episode of Date with Dave, which is Run with Dave.
Yes.
And I'm just like talking to the camera, and people can wonder what I'm thinking about when I'm running.
Is it going to be a long video?
Well, it's going to be about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And my very latest thing I was thinking about when I was running there was I was thinking about crisps and different brands of crisps. But anyway, so that's on there. So I'm at least realising what on earth's going on in my brain when I'm running. That's what it is, I'm hungry. I'll see you later. There we go. First people I've met. Nice friendly folk. Should have asked them if they were thinking about Jura crisps as well. Now I'm going to be running out of road here very soon. So I better get on and say the thing I was going to say at the top. Gosh, I rabbit. And that was, you're safe when you're running, apart from the dangers that you present to yourself. So if I'm running up there in the dark, I was up at Giant's Graves one time in the winter, and I had the head torch on. It's a cracking one, fully charged, that's great. And it occurred to me, what happens if the torch goes out? I can't see anything. It was pitch black night, clouds were over, very cold. I couldn't see anything. So I turned the torch off, nothing. Couldn't even see the hand in front of my face. No chance could I know which way the path went. Nothing. Just shut your eyes, that's what it's like. I'd be doomed, right? And stuck up in the hill. I'd have to go down on my hands and knees and feel which way the path went. So that's a good example. Ever since then, I've taken 2 torches. My head torch, which never lets me down, and the hand torch, which is my backup. And additionally, I only have my head torch on half power because it's good and bright anyway. But also it means it's not using up all the power